In the summer of 2013, Sequoia Schmidt's father and brother were tragically killed while climbing K2 when an avalanche struck. Less than 2 years later, in the summer of 2015, Sequoia was watching a video that led her to believe her father and brother's remains might still be there on that mountain. And so she was issued an emergency visa and on a flight to Pakistan a week later for what she calls, in her latest book, a journey of heart. Sequoia, thanks for sitting down with me today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
What an incredible story you wrote of your 25-day trip to Pakistan, where you left by yourself with everyone in your life pretty much telling you, don't do it, you're crazy.
Yes.
And you did it anyway.
Yeah, so obviously in the United States, the perception of Pakistan is influenced by the media that's pushed here. So my instincts were telling me that I had to be very, very careful while I was over there. And there are multiple times, as you'll read throughout the book, there's multiple times where I think I'm being kidnapped.
You got very afraid. Yeah, at one point I even thought you were getting kidnapped when
exactly,
I was reading it.
Yeah. So there were multiple times where I was on heightened alert. And I knew going over there that this is something that I was on as a mission in a way. I needed to get to base camp, I needed to recover these remains, I needed to test them for DNA, and I needed to bury them. And that's the only thing I was thinking about while I was there.
In your story, you actually sounded like when you thought you were getting kidnapped, it was before you found your father and brother's remains. You said, you know, can this wait, basically? Like, my life's work will be done after I find their remains, as though you would have been sort of more comfortable getting kidnapped after you were there, after you completed the mission you were there for.
I did, yeah. There's a section in the book where I speak about it like that. And, you know, for me it was, right now, this is the only thing I'm thinking about. And I'm very much like that in life, when something comes up that's vitally important, my life starts to rotate around that thing. So for that 25-day period, the only thing I was thinking about was getting to base camp and recovering the remains.
So let's talk about your father and your brother for a minute. One of the things that I really remember from your book was that you were completely at peace with your father dying. You said even though your last conversation with your father was not idyllic, you were comfortable that you were at peace with his death because he was a climber. This was what he loved doing. But your brother, he was 25 years old, and while he was an excellent climber, he was an artist, and that was something you really struggled with. Did your journey help you with that struggle?
The journey helped me come to peace with the relationship between me and my brother, and I'm constantly working on that in different ways. We have an art exhibit that's currently touring right now with his work called Peak Inspirations. So I'm going through my own emotional understanding of my brother, who he was as a person and who he was as an artist. And this trip was, as you'll read in the book, it's really documenting the relationship between my father and I more than anything, and coming to terms and understanding why he was called to the mountains and why the mountains were such an essential part of who he was and what he was doing on this earth. And seeing that firsthand, standing in the Bulturo section of Pakistan and looking around at these incredible peaks and feeling the inspiration that my dad felt every time he was at a mountain.
You got it.
I just got it.
Yeah.
You know, I just understood it in a way that it takes standing at the base camp of a mountain to really understand it. You can't talk about it, you can't see pictures of it, you have to be there to get it. So.
Well, thank you for taking all of us on that journey with you.
Thank you.
Your latest book, Journey of Heart, your first book actually that's been published. You
My
can
first
found
book, yes.
Barnes & Noble and an ebook as well.
And Amazon as well. So,
And
yeah.
Amazon. Well, thanks for sitting down with me, Sequoia.
Of course, thanks Laura, I appreciate it.